Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Kanto Cup, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Poliwrath! Poliwrath on another double fighter team for the Kanto Cup. Oh man, I am so fond of the double fighter teams for this Kanto Cup. It is amazing, and Poliwrath can actually do some amazing things, has a lot of solid play in this Kanto Cup. And we are running it as a closer with the Dynamic Punch Scald moveset. Has a lot of broad coverage on most things in this meta, particularly the ground types and the steel types. It is quite nice, as well as Primeape on the safe swap. Those of you who watch the channel regularly know how fond of Primeape I am. I love this thing, especially on the safe swap in these specialty cups like the Kanto Cup. With Ice Punch and Night Slash, there is not a whole lot that can resist what Primeape can throw at it, and it is amazing on the safe swap. And also on this team, we've got Pidgeot on the lead. Pidgeot is quite strong, guys. Oh my goodness, Pidgeot is amazing. Those lick users really don't have anywhere to go on this team. Pidgeot can put intense shield pressure on your opponents with the threat of the Brave Bird, all the while being able to bait with Feather Dance and lower that attack by 2 stages. But without further ado, before we dive into the featured set of the video, we are starting things off with some bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. And here we go, Snorlax on the lead, going right into Primeape. The idea is to draw out any Hypnos that may be lurking in the back. But in this case, we draw out an Electrode. This is amazing, guys. Our 2 Pokemon want nothing to do with this thing. This thing kind of core breaks us a little bit. So we got a bit of a break here. They swapped it in onto our Primeape. If you're going to run into an Electrode with this particular team, this is exactly where you want to see it. So we will go for a Night Slash here. They did shield up the first one. Gonna throw on the CMP because we win CMP and we take out the Electrode with a Night Slash. That is the power of Primeape on the safe swap. You love to see it, guys. And they bring in a Shadow Machamp. So we were ahead on energy, gonna go for this Ice Punch before they can take us out. They will definitely counter us down, and they let that go. That is amazing. We can now come in with our Pidgeot and look to farm down. Knowing that they have a Snorlax left, we can safely shield this and try and load up on energy, but they're not gonna let us farm down. They're coming right in with that Snorlax. And it is just about lights out, guys. Gonna go for this first Dynamic Punch. Arguably could have maybe gone for the Scald to maybe get a debuff, because they absolutely have to shield, guys. Dynamic Punch with Stab from Poliwrath does a lot of damage to these normal types. We tank a Body Slam, no problem. Just gonna look to get to another Dynamic Punch, and this could absolutely be a superpower, guys, but Poliwrath is so thick, it hangs on long enough to get to this Dynamic Punch. Guys, Poliwrath has some sneaky good bulk, and we say bye-bye Snorlax, and we're mud-shotting down with Machamp. Poliwrath, I told you guys, this thing can close a game like you wouldn't believe. That's going to be a good game, well played. Poliwrath can be quite the closer in this Kanto Cup, guys. It is quite fascinating to see it. Here we go, neutral lead on with Blastoise here. We're going to go into Primeape because they could have a Hypno in the back, and that's why Primeape is on this team, to draw out those sneaky Hypnos always lurking in the back in the Kanto Cup. This is exactly what we want, because we can either grab shields or chip at the health on this Hypno with super effective Night Slashes. We now have a shield advantage on this Hypno, and they do let the second one go. So this is absolutely fine. We could either let this Thunder Punch go through. They usually go for the full aggressive farm down on Primeape, so we end up having to shield one of these Thunder Punches because they will get to a second one. That's generally how it plays out, and that is okay. Primeape did its job, grabbing an early shield advantage. We can now safely tank this Thunder Punch and farm the Hypno all the way down. That is exactly how this team is designed. And generally, if they come back in with what you swapped out on, you can usually grab that second shield with the threat of the Brave Bird. This is why Pidgeot is so powerful, guys. Brave Bird with Stab absolutely obliterates everything outside of the steel types, of course. And we make a play into our Poliwrath here we should have a decent game from here on out. Poliwrath has an amazing matchup against Blastoise, guys. We're resisting this fast move pressure, and we can really fight back with those hard-hitting dynamic punches. This could be a Skull Bash, but they bait us with a Hydro Cannon. That is okay. Anticipating a catch, so we go for the Scald, guys. Even if they didn't look to catch, it still would have KO'd. That was in KO range. But no, they catch it, thinking they're catching a dynamic punch. Oh, you'd love to see it, guys. Oh, it's a thing of beauty, guys. They caught a super effective Scald on their Nidoqueen. We tank a Poison Fang as that Mud Shot took it out. And now we go for the dynamic punch, which will absolutely allow us to say bye-bye to the Blastoise. Poliwrath, I'm telling you guys, this thing is quite the closer in the Kanto Cup. Very underrated. That's going to be a good game. Well played. My goodness, guys. Poliwrath can absolutely put in the work in the Kanto Cup. You'd love to see it. Here we go. Positive lead, Machamp, but they swap into a Hypno. So, as much as I would absolutely love to have my Pidgeot on that Machamp, we have to stay here, of course, guys. We got to take this Hypno out. It is bad news, of course, for our two fighters in the back. So we're going to shield up the first Thunder Punch and look to take a little bit of the sting off of that damage output coming from this Hypno, and they do shield. That is amazing. Likely thinking that it was a Brave Bird. Brave Bird, although Hypno is quite tanky, would have done a lot of damage. Now that we've debuffed that attack a little bit, we can comfortably tank this Thunder Punch here and look to go for another Feather Dance. Now, this could be a Brave Bird. That's generally how Pidgeot plays. And we grab that second shield from the Hypno. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. We can let this go now, guys. This Hypno has been thoroughly debuffed to the max, so we can comfortably come in with our Primeape, guys. And because they've been maximally debuffed, we can survive these super effective confusions, no problem, and look to get rid of the Hypno with a Night Slash. Bye-bye, Hypno. See you later. And they come back in with the Machamp. We have an energy lead on this Machamp, so we will shield up this Cross Chop and look to get rid of it with an Ice Punch. But not before overloading a little bit, just to maximize our energy management here. We'll go for the Ice Punch here, and this will definitely KO the Machamp. And now we will see, oh, they've got a large tanky rat in the back, known as Alolan Raticate. You'd love to see it, guys. So many people are running these dark types to counter Hypno, which allows Poliwrath to absolutely shine, guys. This will absolutely one-shot the fat rat as we say bye-bye to the Alolan Raticate. Holy smokes, guys. Poliwrath is insane as a closer in this meta, in case you haven't noticed. Good game, well played. And to start it off with a bang, with some fun bonus battles, as we move into the featured set of the video, we are met with an awful lead in the form of Lapras, coming in with Primeape here on this Lapras, and of course they've got a Hypno in the back. Surprise, surprise. Would you have ever guessed that there was a Hypno lurking in the back, guys? My goodness. So we go for this Night Slash. Does a decent amount of super effective damage to the very bulky Hypno, and we get to a second Night Slash for the Hypno. This will likely grab the shield. No, they let it go. They can definitely tank too, but they definitely get pretty low on health. And this battler is playing this correctly. You want your Hypno to be as low as possible, and we will tank this Thunder Punch, and we will farm down. They do not get to the second Thunder Punch. We are still even on shields, and the Hypno is out of the way. This team worked into perfection. They, of course, come back in with the Lapras, and we're going to let this Surf go, putting the hope and faith into Poliwrath to bring it home for us. We lived that Surf long enough to get off this Brave Bird, and they do sneak through an Ice Shard. And the Brave Bird lands as it does tons of damage to a very bulky Pokemon. And oh, they've got another rat in the back. Oh, Poliwrath loves to see these rats on these Kanto Cup teams. It is a thing of beauty. Gonna bait with a Scald, hoping for a debuff. We don't get the debuff, that is okay. We are comfortable shielding these crunches because we know that Lapras is quite low and will not make it to a Skull Bash on us. So we can preserve our health by shielding up the crunches here and just look to play this out. They are fighting the good fight with their Alolan Rat. It is okay. But it is not going to happen for them, guys, as Poliwrath thoroughly beats the Alolan Raticate in all even shield scenarios. Gotta go for the final dynamic punch. Put the rat out of its misery as we say bye-bye to the Alolan Rat. And this Lapras will only make it to a Surf. Poliwrath has some very nice bulk, even in the Great League format. We live a resisted Surf, and we get to this dynamic punch, which will absolutely take out the very tanky Lapras as we say bye-bye, Lapras. Poliwrath closing it strong yet again in the Kanto Cup. It is a thing of beauty. That's going to be a good game well played. So as you can see, guys, this team is quite effective. Poliwrath is very good as a closer. And here we go! Shadow Kanto Ninetales going into Primeape. That's a neutral lead. And we draw out yet another Hypno. This time in its Shadow form. Gonna go for our Night Slash. They can definitely tank this, but because it is a Shadow, does quite a bit more damage. They do tank it, that is okay. And because we have decent IVs on our Primeape, rank 7, Covenant Clutch, allows us to get to a second Night Slash, which will really put the pressure on this Hypno, and they do shield that one. So now it's Pidgeot time yet again, as they do take us out with a Confusion. That's generally how the Hypno matchup plays out. If you save swap Primeape and they have a Hypno, they will farm it all the way down, and they will make it to 2 Thunder Punches if they decide to shield the second Night Slash on your Primeape. So we do shield the second one, and we look to farm down, but they aggro swap back into the Ninetales. And our switch timer is up, so that means we're going for a Brave Bird, and they shielded. That is amazing. We now have a shield advantage, and we have to be careful. This Ninetales is running Ember. They do catch our Surf onto a Dragonair. That's a very nice catch, as that is resisted, and that is okay, guys. This Dragonair will not make it to a big move. This is just a resisted Aqua Tail. We tank that, no problem. Our Poliwrath is quite bulky, guys, as we get to this dynamic punch. Hoping that this KOs, but even if it doesn't, it will give us some much needed farm, and it doesn't KO. That actually works out beautifully because they don't get to another move, and we now have some residual energy to really threaten this Kanto Ninetales here. And gonna shield up this Weather Ball, and we were just one mud shot off from the super effective Scald. This will absolutely allow us to say bye-bye to the Kanto Ninetales. Holy smokes, guys. Poliwrath closing the game like you wouldn't believe. That's gonna be yet another good game well played. Double fighters in the Kanto Cup, always a fun time. For reasons like this, guys, a lot of people running these steel types. This is an awful lead, so we're going right into our Primeape. And oh, surprise, surprise, another Hypno, my goodness. But that's okay. We're just going to play this out the same way that we've been playing all of these other Hypno matchups. We go for Night Slash number 1, going to throw on optimal timing, and go for Night Slash number 2. Now, of course, Shadow Hypno can comfortably tank 2 of these, and they do tank it, and we get in one more resisted counter, bringing the Hypno pretty low. So, gonna wait down the switch timer. We were the ones that swapped out, so we want to maximize our switch clock management. Whenever you swap out, you'll always want to wait the timer if you can. And they go Fire Punch. That is amazing. This one's not running Thunder Punch, and that is okay. And we will tank, or no, we're actually going to shield this Ice Punch and look to make an aggressive play. Bank that energy into our Poliwrath here. And they have a Nidoqueen in the back. I was fully expecting a Nidoqueen. This is a very popular line that has popped up in the Kanto Cup as of late. Alolan Sandslash with Hypno and Nidoqueen in the back. But shields are still up. They've been managing their shields beautifully here. So they do shield that. No attack drop. That's okay. Gonna go for another Scald here. And they can tank one. So they might actually, and they do tank this. This is amazing. So we have a tough decision to make. This Nidoqueen is absolutely putting in work on our Poliwrath. We're going to try and go for the aggressive farm down. The play now is to grab that final shield. We will not be able to preserve our Poliwrath, unfortunately. And hope like heck that Pidgeot can bring this home for us, guys. We've got loaded energy. We did preserve that energy. We definitely tank one Ice Punch from this Alolan 9/. Gonna try and get this thing into the yellow. It's in the yellow, so we're throwing here. It's coming down to the wire. Really hoping that this is enough damage from the Pidgeot. Just not enough. This one hurt, guys. That was so close to KOing. I was really hoping that it KO'd because we were able to actually pull it off against an Alolan Sand Shrew, but that one definitely came down to IVs. Clearly a PvP optimized Alolan Sandslash. Good game, well played. Telling you guys, those of you out there that happen to have a Poliwrath kicking around, you might want to give it a shot, guys. This thing can do some amazing things. Here we go, Hypno lead. This is exactly where you want to see the Hypno on this team. So the way I like to play it out is they'll usually throw just before you get to your potential Brave Bird or Feather Dance, and we tank the first one. We want to debuff that attack, of course, so we're going to go for the Feather Dance. This could get the shield, as some Pidgeots will go full on Kamikaze and go for that Brave Bird, and we do get the shield. That is amazing. We can now comfortably tank a Thunder Punch from the Hypno, and at this point, the Hypno's been thoroughly debuffed, so we could safely go for the Brave Bird, even if they shield it. Because they've been so severely debuffed, we are comfortable coming in with our Primeape, but they let it go. So we're going to swap out immediately, and they meet us with an Exeggutor. Holy smokes. We don't see this one too often, which has me stumbling over my words. That's exactly how I was in the battle. I have never seen one of these in the Kanto Cup, but of course it does qualify. We come in with Pidgeot to just get one more gust in on this thing. Definitely core breaks the team. Of course, our back line a little bit. Going to shield up the Psychic and look to get to a Dynamic Punch. You go Dynamic Punch on something like this because it does more base damage, and they successfully catch. So we're going to undercharge this, only go for a Great, which allows us to get more farm, guys, getting us that much closer. They caught that on a Doug Trio. We did the perfect undercharge, getting enough farm to allow us to get to this Thunder Punch. Does it KO? Yes, it does, as we say bye-bye to the Exeggutor. Holy smokes. I keep wanting to call it Exeggutor. But good game, well played nonetheless. Shouts to the spice on that previous team. That is probably the spiciest team I've seen so far in the Kanto Cup. And here we go, Hypno lead yet again. If you're going to see Hypno, this is exactly where you want to see it. So going to look to build up and go for the extra. Oh, they tried to catch. We're not falling for that. We're going to bank that energy and go into our Primeape as they tried to catch a resisted move on their Alolan Graveler here. So we can shield up this resisted Stone Edge and go for the full aggressive farm down. We have loaded energy to really threaten this Hypno. But no, they come in with another Rock Boy in the form of Alolan Golem, running the Community Day move of Rollout. That, of course, is resisted, and we're going to go for another Night Slash. Night Slash is the best move to go for in all neutral situations, as they do the same base damage. Night Slash is just a better move, and we do get the boost there. They go Wild Charge, and we farm it down. We have loaded energy yet again for this potential Hypno here left in the back. Gonna go for a Night Slash. We are boosted. This could grab the shield, and it does. That is amazing. They're going to elect to throw a move. Our switch timer is up, guys, and we bank that energy, so we go for the combo play. And this Hypno is quite low, so we are saying bye-bye to the Hypno and the Kanto Cup Pidgeot, doing what it does best, and that is obliterate everything with Brave Bird. My goodness. Good game. Well played to our opponent. And that is the team, my friends. How about this double fighter team in the Kanto Cup? Poliwrath really closed those games out for us, guys. It is amazing. Has amazing bulk. Even in the Great League format, quite bulky. And with Dynamic Punch and Scald, there are not very many things that can resist either one of those moves, or both of those moves combined. So Poliwrath makes for a very solid closer. If you can get that Hypno out of the way, which is what this team is designed to do, you bait it out with Primeape. They will absolutely bring in a Hypno if you bring in a fighter like Primeape. And the beauty of Primeape is you can really put in the work on those Hypnos with Night Slashes and either grab a shield advantage or a severe health advantage. allowing Poliwrath to really roam free and wreak havoc on the Kanto Cup. It's a thing of beauty. Guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.